Okay, in this video we're going to talk about Unit 7, Objective 3, which is average value. How we're going to find average value is simply to say 1 over b minus a times the integral from a to b of f of x dx. So that's going to give us the average value of the function f of x over the interval a to b. So this is going to introduce a new way or a new time when the word average is going to pop up. We saw average earlier on at the beginning of the year where we saw average rate of change, and now we have average value. The only difficult part about average rate of change and average value is making sure you know which time to use which function. So remember, the average rate of change was simply the slope of the function, and the average value is going to be this new thing, 1 over b minus a times the integral of a to b of the function. Excuse me. So if I were to say something like the temperature at any given time t, we'll say in days, is modeled by capital T of t, and let's just say equals sine of t plus 4. So we have some crazy weather patterns if that's going to be our temperature, but we'll go with it. Temperature is going to be sine of t plus 4. I can ask two questions that deal with averages. I can say first, find the average temperature over the interval we'll say 1 to 5, and we can also say find the average change in temperature over the same interval. So two different questions, look very similar, very different on how we want to approach them. So the first one, find the average temperature, and the other one is find the average change in the temperature over that 5-day interval. So to answer part A, what we want to do is look at what the question asks and look at what we're given. So it says find the average temperature. When we look at T, we know that T tells us the temperature. So we're trying to find the average of what we are given. We're trying to find the average value of what we are given. So in this case, we'd want to say 1 over 5 minus 1, so the endpoints of my interval, times the integral from 1 to 5 of capital T of t dt. And then we would just integrate, find our answer, and that's going to be the average temperature. The second part, the average change, is a little bit different but still not bad. So when they say average change, they're not asking for the average of t, they're asking for the average change or the average rate of change. So when we ever see change or rate of change, or they ask about the average of the given function's derivative, we know that that's going to be just the slope of the function through those points. So we're going to say t of 5 minus t of 1 over 5 minus 1, and that's going to give us the average change in temperature. So average temperature is an integral, average change in temperature is the slope. So the only thing that we have to keep in mind is the integral 1 over b minus a times the integral of a to b of f of x dx is the average value. So when they ask this question, they'll say the average, and then they'll name the function you're given, in this case temperature. Average rate of change is just going to be the slope, so they'll say either find the average change, or they'll say find the average and then ask for the derivative. So that's going to be it for this video. We'll see you in the next one.